What's up, traders? Welcome back to Uplift Markets, where we break down the markets fast, clean, and to the point. Today I want to zoom in on one high probability trade setup that I came across, and that is Netflix, ticker NFLX. I'm going to be looking at this name over the following week, and the reason as to why I'm looking for this name is that there's been a significant downside currently in the name, right? Netflix is starting to show relative weakness, while other tech names are trying to bounce. The key level that I'm watching out for is the hold of the $933 level, right? If we fail to hold that level during this week, we will expect further downside and towards the level of $852, which has been a recent support. The reason as to why the level of $933 is so important is that if we have this VWAP from that low, basically from the buyers came up, we saw a little bounce, right? All they still control. The average long is at 933, right? But if we go below that price, that means that the buyers fail to hold their positions, right? And the sellers are going to remain that control. Now, if we also plot an anchored VWAP and get the average price in which the market participant entered the short side, we see that they entered at 950. So this is what we saw happen. The sellers allowed the buyers to come in, right? And towards these highs, they started to, the short sellers, from this view, let's put it red, started to accumulate their short positions at cheaper prices up here, causing this decline. Now, it's an intense battle that the buyers have to face against these short sellers that came in at this high, right? So it's very important that the buyers hold that level of 933, or if we do not hold that, we will see further downside towards 850, right? Which will slowly, over time, I believe, will be confluence with the 200 EMA because it will allow the 200 EMA to slowly rise because of these basically short-term up moves that we've been having, this little rally, right? And the only way to be long this name again and have that confidence for the buyers is to get above this $997 level. That is the only way that the buyers can recuperate their hopes, and it's up to them to defend that level. So be watching for that $933 level. If it fails, it's going to be a short for Netflix. Now, something that I'm also seeing here is that the options market is starting to position for the downside. If you look on the June contract, the put open interest is currently at 39,812, while the call open interest sits at 30,770 contracts. That is a significant imbalance, and it tells us that more traders are betting on the downside right now, and it is a great sentiment check that aligns with what we're seeing on the chart. As well, from a fundamental standpoint, Netflix has had strong past earnings, but there are renewed concerns around subscriber growth stagnation, the longer-term viability of the ad-supported tier, and increasing macro headwinds that could weigh on discretionary spending. Meanwhile, we can also get a glimpse at the current sentiment. If we look at the VIX, it is slowly starting to rise up, showing us that the volatility has increased, right? Which is not good for any of the names in the tech sector, most primarily the NASDAQ names, which Netflix does form part. Now, also with gold at all-time highs, it just shows that investors are extremely scared of their positions, and what they're doing is that, well, they're selling equities, these names that have had strong rallies, and they're putting their profits in towards safe haven assets. And this shows us as long as gold keeps making all-time highs, equities will be on a downward trajectory, right? And there's going to be more selling pressure. So here's my overall plan. If Netflix fails to hold the $933 level, I'll be looking to go short the name with the stop above the $996 and downside target of $853, potentially lower if we see further weakness in the triple Q or the broader market. Now, overall, this is a high probability trade setup. The moment to take action is when that level breaks. And it all depends on the news and the overall market sentiment, right? So If you want more trade setups like this, including technical breakdowns, market sentiment, and exact entry levels, be sure to subscribe to my free newsletter where I drop daily watch lists and insights every morning before the market opens. If this video helped you out, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below if there's a stock that you want me to cover next. As always, until next time, stay locked in and manage your risk.